Hey everyone, Nick Engvall here. Before we get into today's episode, I want to tell you about some of the people that make the sneaker history community and this podcast possible. It's more important than ever to think about who you give your money to when you're buying clothing to go with your kicks. Our friends at Guilty Goods started their brand with a goal of giving back, especially to the communities that make sneaker culture possible. With every purchase from Guilty Goods, at least 10% of the proceeds are donated to organizations like Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Susan G. Komen Foundation, the Movement for Black Lives, and many more. You can save 30% on your order by using the code HISTORY at guiltygoods.us. Again, that's history at guiltygoods.us for 30% off, and you can feel good about your purchase knowing you're supporting a meaningful cause. Sneakers are all about presentation, and if you're like me, displaying your kicks at home or in the office is just as important as when they're on your feet. Sneaker Throne makes sneaker display cases featuring customizable LED lights, drop-side cases to showcase the entire side of the shoe, not just the heel or the toe, the whole shoe. They've also got display cases for trading card collectors and hat collectors. To me, it's the perfect way to display your collection. You can save at least 10% on your Sneaker Throne order by using the code HISTORY at sneakerthrone.com. That's history at sneakerthrone.com. If you're a Patreon supporter or a member of our Discord community, you already know about Kicks with V hot sauce and his small batch, locally sourced hot sauce. V has been one of the biggest supporters of sneaker history and the podcast since the early days. He's currently the defending champion in our community trivia nights competition. Kicks with V hot sauce has been a huge hit with the community. You can save 10% on your order by using the code SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. That's SneakerHistory10 at kickswithvhots.com. Now, you're probably here because you like sneakers, and if you join the Discord, you know our community is about so much more than that. Whether it's the marathon-like community calls, trivia night debates, the in-person meetups, or just sharing our favorite experiences, we found that although we have such different backgrounds, we all have some unexpected shared passions. Not only does the entire community look out for each other when it comes to releases, we're like a support group for life in general. You can join the Discord community for free by heading to the show notes of this episode. After you're done listening to this episode, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Now let's get into today's episode.
Jordan trying to shake off Starks. Oh, what a move!
James with no regard for human life.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
Iverson against Gill. The crowd on its feet. Allen for the win.
Welcome to the Sneaker History Podcast.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the Sneaker History Podcast. Got the whole crew tonight to do a little something different. But before we get into artists, entertainers, musicians that deserve Air Jordan collabs, how you guys doing?
I'm doing well. I think this is going to be an interesting one, and I really hope this inspires us to do more episodes like this in the future.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, for sure, dude. I had like a lag for a second. No, I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for the episode. Just knocked down the sushi burrito. I'm cool. Like, I'm satisfied.
Sushi burrito. I'm also doing super. Nick is wearing Stussy. It's really sexy.
Oh, hey. Checks in the mail. I mean, that's a 5-star review I need. I don't need to read one because we don't have one. So let's just get started with the festivities because now I've been called sexy.
Exactly. So what are you guys rocking and copping this week?
Rockin'. You know, we're talking about entertainers and things like that. So I broke out the Watch the Throne LeBron 16s. Like, yeah, felt like a good time. And Coppin, I feel dirty for even saying this because I think Robbie's sickness has rubbed off on me. But I kind of have an urge to buy a dunk, that fragment dunk, and then that TV signal dunk are just kind of like poking at me a little bit, like, ooh, buy me. We'll see, though. We'll see.
let me talk you out of that because that fragment dunk is trash. Everybody being so excited about that shoe blows my mind. It is the poor man's Derek Jeter. They literally handed that shoe down to him and was like, hey, so do you want to put your logo on this? And he's like, bet. So
I got you.
That shoe is not good. That dunk drives me nuts. There's a lot of, so you can get like the Michigan, you can get the goldenrod, you can get a lot of dunks for about $200. You're paying double, which sucks, but 200 still about retail on a lot of shoes. Don't buy that stupid, fragment dunk. I wore the 2014 retro of the Huarache
Nice.
from 1991. Nice. It matched my outfit. I was like, all right, I'm just going to go with the whole thing. I historically do not like Huaraches. This is the only Huarache I'll ever love. It's the perfect colorway, the perfect amount of white, perfect materials. Scream green is just crazy enough. The blue just wraps it all together. This is all you need. I see people in all red Huaraches, all black, all white. There's many ways to skin that cat, and they're all useless. This is the only way you need to go, in my opinion. I didn't buy this year's retro because mine are still really clean. I only wear them like once every 6 to 10 months. I don't like them that much. So it's a rare wear, but they're great. It's a fantastic shoe. I know the history behind it. It's important, but I don't like it very much. There just looks cool every now and again. And I'm still not trying to buy anything from the last episode we recorded. I'm not buying anything. I am buying maybe a video game for PS5. That Ratchet and Clank game looks pretty cool.
Nice.
But I also spent way too much. Undefeated got me for like $180 yesterday. Okay. I got the umbrella. I got 2 beach towels. I got the swim trunks. I got glasses. Man. Yeah, they got me for like $180 yesterday. Totally forgot. And Supreme got me last week for 100, something like that. And I totally forgot. And it's like, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not buying shoes. I'm still buying.
You're buying shoes though. You're staying true to your character and your soul.
But now the towel matches the umbrella, matches my swim trunks, matches.
Beach swag.
I'm all set.
See, I'm 20 days sneaker sober right now. I can say that. Like, I haven't bought a shoe since the Miami Nights. I looked at my receipt. It said May 20th. I'm almost 30 days, sneaker clean, which I feel good about.
It's a powerful feeling. Go buy other dumb stuff you don't need.
Well, that's a different story. That's a different story.
We're men. We're inherently dumb with our purchases, especially when we're in that podcasting game. Like, I feel like we have a little bit freer reign to go after dumb things. But hey, if anybody's going to try to follow up Robbie, I'll attempt it. So for what I recently copped,
nice.
I had to complete the Kaidi pack, and it's a vibrant shoe, and your boy got it at the ES. So thank you for the pass, you who shall not be named, but who are very much appreciated. 40% off this, can't beat that. And then, you know what? I'm going to try to follow my spirit animal, which is Robbie and his fiscal policies, and I will try not to cop anything because this was a impulse buy, and you got to kind of limit those impulse buys. So Nick, how about you?
So I rocked the Answer 4s from I don't even know if the date's actually on these. A few years back.
2014?
Yeah, 14, maybe 15, something like that.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, it's a good colorway. It's kind of like not your typical grays that end up on, you just don't see gray on a Reeboks at all, really. As far as copying, the only thing I saw this week that I like had the thought of, I should probably get those is the like all black, triple black, ultra boost
ones.
4Ds. Yeah.
Hood activities.
The Futurecraft 4Ds in all black are pretty fire to me. So I doubt I'll spend the money on them, but
Nick, you being the baseball guy, is that onslaught of Griffey purchases out yet? Like with all the new colorways, or is that another weekend away?
I mean, it seems as if those are impossible to get. Robbie and I talked a little bit about that, and I tried on the last couple, and then there's another. The black freshwater is one I didn't get the last time around. I should have, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not going to spend resale for anything at this point. If I get lucky, or if somebody in the Discord hits for me, that'd be awesome. But if not, there'll be another shoe another day.
Yes.
Yep.
That black freshwater, man, is so unnecessary, but it looks so good. It's
$300 resale. Mm-mm.
Yep.
It's dorky. It's bulky.
How much?
But it's
$3 bones. I looked at my size. I want a pair. I was like, nope, you can keep them. I'll buy something else completely different.
For the black freshwater?
I think you're thinking of the pair that already released.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry, not the black freshwater. Sorry. It's the white freshwater ones that just. Yeah. I'm sorry. Still, $300 is unnecessary for a Griffey when they were on sale the last couple times they retro.
Snaps.
Yeah. I'm gonna just throw this out there as a teaser. I'm so tired of seeing shoes like 9, 10, 18 months, 24 months in advance. I'm going to make a list of the greatest releases of 2032, drop it on the site this week. Just so I can get ahead of everybody else that's posting early. But I'm going to save that rant for another episode because we want to actually talk about something a little more realistic, I think, and a little bit more fun and a little less angry. Well, I mean, things that should happen as opposed to shit that shouldn't happen, right?
I mean, just add patent leather to any Jordan 1. That's going to be released next week. Make it a low top, put an off-white tag on it. Boom, you got everything. Just say 2032.
Exactly. But so what we want to do, because Billie Eilish I don't know, whoever put that out, I probably saw it on Just Fresh Kicks. That seems to be my kind of default of news lately. But
Billie Eilish's.
The Billie Eilish Air Jordan 1 KO all volt. I actually like, let me roll that back. I actually like her and her music. I think the shoe is dope for her, but it's not something that I would wear or want. So that's kind of what got me into like this whole concept for today's show is, what are those artists, entertainers, musicians that deserve Jordan collabs?
So I just got to say this while you're bringing up that shoe, that's the most lazy collab I want to say I've ever seen. That's literally just an exercise in color. So one color, and then he's put Billie Eyelashes on the inside.
How dare you disrespect Macklemore that way?
Hey,
I think you know what, Robbie?
Macklemore's had material though. Like Macklemore's had some. This is literally just a canvas, a knockoff Jordan 1 in one color that says Billie Eyelashes on the inside. There's a rumor that there might be a Jordan 15 also, which I've made my thoughts about that shoe very well known. That's just like this and some other recent releases are just like lazy, man.
I'm pretty sure somebody posted her wearing purple 3s too that say Eilish on the side.
Those will never release. Like the same reason why every good pair of Jordan 35s and 36s do not release.
They want
you to look at them and think, oh, that's sick, but you're never going to touch them. It's stupid.
See, I actually think that this is, it makes sense, right? She's kind of off the beaten path with her style, like, or at least she tries to be kind of off the beaten path, matches the color of what her hair used to be. I think it's like, why do like the regular Jordan 1 when they need to sell the KO anyway? This is a way for kind of the anti-sneakerhead followers of her to grab a sneaker that's not as cool and is in high demand. I mean, we all know that it will be and it'll sell out and resell for crazy amounts, but like, I think it's just enough off weird to be like the right choice for her. And as far as Jordan brand goes, like this is the formula that they've been using forever. So, I mean, this is just like the easy, I wasn't taking shots at Macklemore. I just think like that was a really lazy couple of colorways that they did with him too, where it's like, let him be creative some way. Yeah. Like you gave him a shoe and then instead of releasing it, you released the Gatorade version that looked exactly like it. It just doesn't make sense.
Very true.
But
I'm not a Billie Eilish fan. I tried to listen to her music, but I got sick of listening to whispers for an hour. So I was like, you know what?
Listen, you leave ASMR Missy Elliott alone, all right? There's some young ladies that are...
Her shoe's louder than her singing. That's the only good thing about the shoe is
I feel like that's kind of her brand. Her brand is comfort. It's being very comfortable in what you are. And there's nothing wrong with just putting one color all over a shoe. It's a comfort thing because comfort sometimes is a synonym for lazy. And I think that's
it all circles back.
It's true.
I guess I'm the bad guy. I used the joke again, but you guys didn't hear it the first time. So there you go.
All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll go. I guess like I'll just kind of start and then I'll toss it to somebody next, and then we can just kind of pass the ball around as we go through these names, because some of us probably have a little bit more input on these particular people that we put on this list than others. So basically, we didn't really put any, I guess, guidelines out there or restrictions out there. So artists, entertainers, musicians, celebrities, whatever kind of goes. But the first one that kind of comes to mind for me is DJ AM. Wore the Jordan 1s on the red carpet to the Grammys. I think even just like, I know they did the dunk for him, but he was also a massive Jordan collector, had a crazy collection of Jordans, which, pop up on eBay and stuff every once in a while. But I think that'd be super dope to see a tribute shoe of some kind, or something with like, I'm sure he has like a foundation from his family, something like that as a way to kind of give a nod to him. Adam Sandler. Who wants to take Adam Sandler?
I'll take this. This was kind of a inspiration from our pregame meeting. But when I see the various highlights of Adam Sandler playing pickup across the nation, he gives a very Team Jordan vibe. So I figured what better way to support the Sandman than give him his own Jordan, but at the caveat of being a Team Jordan shoe, because I think there's nothing more that is an encapsulation / embodiment of the Sandman's game, where it's very effective, but it's also very deceptive. And the best Team Jordan shoes tend to be that. So that would be my explanation.
Yeah, that's my thought. As soon as I heard Adam Sandler, I thought of all of the little clips I've seen of him just playing pickup ball everywhere in New York. So why not give the man a Team Jordan? I say, what's the Pro Strong? I feel like that's just that's Adam Sandler written all over it.
Yeah. And then I'll use go ahead, Nick.
It was Robbie.
Oh, sorry.
No, all I had to say was Abby Doobie. It's an Adam Sandler thing. Never mind.
Robbie, could you tell us the sound of what Adam Sandler was making in the most recent Adam Sandler movie that you were watching?
I really don't feel comfortable doing that for some of our listeners.
Can we just... before we go too far off topic, can we just throw one caveat into the Adam Sandler shoe? Can it come with the 4XL shorts that he wears?
Yeah.
It's almost like an homage to, was it TJ Ford that wore those like basically down to his ankle shorts when he got drafted back in the day?
The biggest shorts on earth, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's a certain Shorts Hall of Fame that, in my mind, the first ballot Hall of Famers are Adam Sandler with the athletic baggy short, and then Kevin Smith with those infamous denim shorts that basically look like a farm. All due respect to Kev. Like, he's clearly tightened it up. He's lost a lot of weight because I think he was suffering from a health concern. So I'm happy now that Kevin Smith has slimmed down, but I hope there's a tasteful Enya montage of those two just going back and forth in their greatest shorts moments.
Oh man.
So this next one though, I don't think makes very much sense because you can't put these two gentlemen in a box.
I see, as the person that put these next two gentlemen, because it is Jesus and Mero, aka the Bodega Boys, what better way to give them a little bit of credence than to get one over on the man that essentially ruined their childhood, because Michael Jordan owned those Knicks in a way. And I feel that Jesus and Mero, the least they can do is get their own Jordan. Now, granted, Robbie, I know you are as big of a fan of those two gentlemen as I am. And especially with Mero's anti-Jordan, pro-LeBron sentiments, it's probably not likely. But I'm always for those two gentlemen getting some shine because, as we all know, the brand is super strong.
They're fantastic.
I mean, only thing I could see them doing, because they're so New York, is a Jordan 9 in either Tim's wheat or a New York Knick blue and orange. It's the only shoe I can see happening, but those two colorways.
Yep.
That'd be sick, though. I would not buy it. That'd be cool.
I wouldn't buy it, but I appreciate it from afar.
If the city of New York buys it, I feel like that alone would be just like enough for a top 10, just because they have the numbers game working for them.
Facts.
So next up, we got Michael B. Jordan. And I'm going to just throw out there, if you haven't listened to the last episode that Robbie and I did, he had the idea of putting putting a Tinker Hatfield sketch on as a sketch on a shoe.
Yes.
So Michael B. Jordan, just because of his name, this could actually work.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's the easy money. Easy money.
And they sponsored the first Creed movie. He may have said some Jordan stuff in the second one.
Oh,
but he
the
was all
first
Jordan out in the first
movie
Creed
was
movie.
an infomercial for Jordan.
It's like Jordan.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
ready for
surprised
this?
that actually hadn't happened yet.
You call it the Jordan B-side.
Oh,
Hey, y'all pay Robbie for that one, Jordan Brand.
yeah.
Checks in the mail.
You know, every brand takes ideas. I put that one out there. It's free.
I'm just trying to help you out, dog. I'm trying to get you a little
It's
extra
free.
coin.
Free game.
Crypto only
Yep.
from the man Robbie too. Let's get on our level.
Damon Wayans as the next one. That's crazy.
Yeah,
What's
I-
it called?
He was in.
Yeah, I put that one down because I know that there's a friendship there between him and Michael Jordan. He's always kind of been in cameos. I believe he was on My Wife and Kids. I think Jordan has also kind of included Damon Williams in some of his stuff. And it just made sense for me because in a way that we see certain celebrities kind of follow LeBron. Like I'll cite Jamie Foxx. Every time you see a LeBron post, there's some inspirational words from Jamie Foxx. I feel like Damon Wayans did that for Michael J. Jordan. I was about to say Michael B. Jordan.
Not B, but I mean, that one episode of My Wife and Kids when he's going to the Jordan fantasy camp alone should have a shoe. It was hilarious. So
That's a good point.
This is a good point. All right, next up, Skip Bayless.
So that was mine as well. And my whole thing is,
he deserves nothing nice, Roy. He deserves nothing nice.
no, here's why.
Hard pass.
Here's the thing. I've watched enough of these like debate shows where somebody has to be the douchey foil to the every opinion that's being displayed. So my douchey opinion on this is no one person has done more for Jordan's legacy in the positive sense in the modern era than Skip Bayless. He has single-handedly convinced some 14-year-old out there that LeBron truly is the inferior player, despite never watching any Jordan film or any Jordan game. And I think just for like a payola plugola almost, like you just give that man like the worst shoe you can imagine, even less than a Team Jordan, and just be done with it. So then he can kind of flex on what he thinks is a great shoe, but in actuality is an actual turd of a shoe. So that's my spiel on Skip Bayless getting a Jordan shoe.
I'm trying to think, what shoe could we give him? Some kind of trunner. Like, let's give
No,
him a worse trunner.
he only wears retro. He's on the air. He wears retros all the time.
Well, don't give him a retro though. I don't want to give him that much respect.
Now give him the Bordeaux 7 because that I swear is like their
They're
in case of emergency. Let's just release
Give
this
him
again.
a 7 low.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. They belong together.
What if about an Air Jordan double low, where it's like a low
Flight
top
45
Jordan 4?
from Happy Hour.
I appreciate the Flight 45. Like that one might be just as good.
Yeah. I just can't. I can't condone anything for Skip Bayless. I'm sorry.
Nor
Before
should you.
LeBron took his girlfriend or something. Like he's so mad at LeBron for like doing something to him.
I hope there's some subliminal thing in Space Jam 2 where it just eviscerates Skip Bayless. Like there's like a Skip Bayless Looney Tune that gets pulverized by the death ray, and then like that's the end of Skip Bayless.
Ideally.
Second
Yeah.
that.
All right, up next we got Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
feel
an
like he
Adidas
don't-
one.
he-
True. There's
But
other
back in
people
the
on the
day-
list that got Adidas too, though.
Yeah, but back in the day when he first came out, like Man on the Moon time, I mean, he was in an era of all that. You know, we're gonna name some more of these people, so I don't want to give them away, but they were all like in big, like Jordan 3, Jordan 4, Jordan 6. So he was one of those guys out there that was really rocking them hard until he got the bag from Adidas.
No, I just feel like whatever Jordan you give him, it just has to come with a melodic CD of him humming for 45 minutes to really get in that mood. Maybe he hums the Alan Parsons Project of Cirrus, but that's just me.
Bring back the briefcase and the CDs. Yeah. I'm for it.
Hi, bye. Robbie
right.
dropping the music for us.
All right, next one, Jerry Seinfeld. This actually seems to me like a total missed opportunity already, right?
Huge.
Yeah. It should have been done years ago. I don't understand how they've gone this long. He's been on cover of Complex. He's openly talked about sneakers, been on like a sneaker song. Like, come on, like get a man a shoe. He has heaters. Like, come on.
Give me the Michael B. Jordan B movie collaboration, and it just be like a yellow and black 3. And I'll be happy. And it's absurd to me, to Mike's point, to Robbie's point, to Nick's point. There is somebody that has been showing sneakers a lot of love that not we necessarily, because I think the sneaker industry gives him his proper kudos, but average Joes on the street don't realize how connected Seinfeld is to that scene, whether it's through relationships with brands. I mean, every time I watch Coffees and Cars with comedians, he seems to have a fresh pair that also corresponds with whatever car he's driving. So the man is a low-key sneakerhead.
Yeah, definitely.
High-key sneakerhead.
High-key.
He's always, he's been into it forever.
All right, I'm going to just let Robbie run with this next one because this is a long time coming.
Man, and it sucks because we've been watching his show, and I love him as a person. I really do enjoy me some Jason Sudeikis, and I got a little shady in the past for no reason. I don't know why, but Jason Sudeikis probably should have the Jordan. I feel so bad, man. I want to like issue a formal apology here live.
Come on the show, Jason Sudeikis.
Sometimes you get jealous, and jealousy isn't a beautiful color on me. But no, he could definitely rock like a Jordan 3, 4, any Jordan, really. He knows how to put an outfit together.
Yeah.
I'm more focused on who the hell put the next one on there.
I did.
What?
Tony Hawk. Yes.
You're like 40 years too late, bro. Missed that boat.
Well,
I mean, Jordan's slow to everything, though. Let's be honest. They have collaborations like, dude, why didn't you do that years ago?
The Jordan 1 is 36 years old. How am I 40 years too late?
I was
talk about it, Nick. That's that Common Core math. That's Common Core.
I just thought of like all those guys wearing the Jordan 1s, and you've seen like Lance Mountain get his and stuff. And I still think that as much as Tony Hawk is like the most successful skater of all time and the only skateboarder to skate in the White House and all these crazy things that he's done, he's also still like totally underappreciated in some weird way. It's like he's too good at the sport because the sport is not as like polished as other sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's like if Tony Hawk is in the NBA, then he's a god because he's
Michael Jordan,
meticulous, right? Yeah.
He's from one chairman of the board to another chairman of the board. He's transcended his sport like Jordan has. And the fact that the skateboards are in the Olympics this year, if we even have an Olympics, that is a testament to the work that Tony Hawk has done as not only an athlete, but also a missionary, a diplomat, and just overall representation of that sport. And he can do no wrong. And he's also undefeated in terms of PR. Like, knock on wood, we have never heard about a misstep about Tony Hawk. He seemingly has that 100% universal Q rating. And yeah, I think he's more than deserving of a shoe. I agree with Nick on that one.
Well, he already created his own Jordan 1 commercial. Like, he was driving up the kid. He's like, do a kickflip. Oh, I got my Jordans on. They're meant for skating. You're welcome, Tony Hawk. You're welcome, Jordan Brand. That was free too.
I love that he continues to post, people that are like asking him his name.
Well, that's the funniest stuff.
Follow him on social. It's great. It's like, what's your first name? Tony. Last name? Hawk. Oh, that's a funny name.
How do you not know who that is?
Like,
maybe it's just us who love like just those out there sports like skateboarding, but I would recognize him on the street.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure I would. But yeah,
that's why it's funny, people, because so many people would recognize him, and it's the fact that so many people don't.
I feel like they wouldn't know.
It's
I don't know.
It's the cognizant disconnect.
Okay, let me do an experiment. How many of our significant others or moms would recognize Tony Hawk on the street?
All of them.
You think so?
None of them, actually.
I don't think either.
Not my mom. Definitely, I think Cam would.
I don't know. I would have to. We've never had this discussion about Tony Hawk, so I would have to have the discussion first.
So I say this. Yeah, I say this because we were at a New Year's party once, and my significant other didn't know who Fabio was, and we literally put up 4 random celebrity photos, and I was like, I think you know who Fabio is, but pick who you think Fabio is, and she got it right. So I think if you give them that kind of exercise, yes, but otherwise, no. But I digress.
I'm going to try this now. This is on my to-do list. Thanks, Rohit.
That's what I do.
All right, moving on. I put this one on there. I'm going to let somebody else speak on it, but Rihanna, sorry. I feel like if she didn't have a Puma deal, like she'd been wearing Jordans for forever.
See, I feel like she would go LeBron because LeBron's her guy.
Yeah, she follows him everywhere he goes. It's like she would deny a Jordan deal. She would wear them, but she would, if she had the choice, give her LeBron over a Jordan. I agree with Rode on that one.
All right. I really want to see if you can go downtown. You can't not say
I will use
man.
this opportunity to kind of look at our list and realize the females aren't that well represented. So I'll throw one out there. Speaking of goats, give me a Meryl Streep colorway because I feel she deserves that.
Okay.
I don't know if I follow that up. I don't know how to respond to this.
Huh.
Goats represent goats. That's what we do here at Sneaker History. Allegedly. I don't know. I just felt bad. Looking through that list again, I'm like, this Rihanna thing, she needs more like company on the list. And maybe that's a sexist thing for me to say, but I'm like, give my acting goat her version of the Jordan 11.
All right. That's fair.
I tip the hat to you for I see what you're doing. I can appreciate that.
Mario in the chat also had Issa Rae on there too.
That is a fantastic suggestion, Mario.
What was the lady in Master of None with Aziz Ansari? I want to say
Lena
Dunham?
No.
I can't. I don't know. I can't think of the right name.
Her name.
Lena Waithe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the answer.
Yes, I think she's big into sneakers as well, and I'm not sure what brands, but I don't know if she's like in the sneaker shopping or something. But I've seen her. I think she's big into shoes as well. Oh, it was crap. What's the show on Complex? I've been trying to be funny. Just can't think of the name of it.
Sneaker shopping with Joe LaPuma?
No. The one with Trinidad. I just had a blank.
Those are all guys. Full Size Run?
No, She was on the. Thank you, Full Size. She was on the show though.
She was.
She was a guest, like I was one of the Complex Con episodes.
Not ringing a bell.
I will find it. We will reconvene later.
Is that Bueller?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, probably something that should have already happened, but I feel like Nike might have dropped the ball with Kanye West.
Yeah. Who put that one?
I did.
Yeah.
Nick was just the craziest of ideas over here. Think big.
Dude, no, I agree with them because I want to combine it with someone else on our list that we'll talk about later because there was a moment in time where they were just rocking Jordan 6 infrareds heavy, both of them, and that was an opportunity that was missed.
Jordan 6 infrareds and Aqua 8s.
Yep.
Man, both those shoes, they should have just done it. But all right, this next one's you, Robbie.
Because my ideas are good. I'm kidding.
Oh my God! Look at this guy. He's trying to win at the list again.
Don't rock the boat, Robbie.
If she was alive, I think Aaliyah would have been cool to have. She could have been like the early onset of every other pretty much female with the sneaker, be it Jordan, Puma, Adidas, Nike, doesn't matter. I feel like she was getting like the kind of like fashion streetwear stuff down in a public eye to match with their talent to make all those things kind of be more visible for females in the 90s. So like if she could have had like a Jordan shoe, if she was still alive, I mean, realistically, it never would have happened at that time. But like if she was still with us, like early 2000s, maybe that kind of stuff could have gotten moving sooner. So
yeah.
I will say this controversial take in a sense. I think the energy that we've given to Beyonce and kind of propelled her up to being the global icon that she deserves to be. I think if Aaliyah doesn't die, I think Aaliyah kind of gets there first because she was just kind of trending that way. And I think Aaliyah was probably a better actress than Beyonce. So yeah, I think that's a very astute pick by you, Robbie.
Have you seen Goldmember, dude? Better actress? What are you talking about?
Have you seen her cameo in Dr. Dolittle?
No.
Exactly, because it doesn't exist. I'm just kidding.
He's like, everyone's like, did that happen? But dude, I really think that I feel like right now the woman in sneaker who kind of closely represent Aaliyah's style, which I think most people say this, because they resemble slightly be Laylee May.
Yeah.
So that would probably we would maybe have seen something resembling that early 2000s. So now, if that was the case, maybe we don't know though.
All right, next up we got Michael Cera.
I also put this one here because I'm a genius. If his brethren from Superbad can get an Adidas collab, why can't Michael Cera get a Jordan collab? Right? If there's a Jonah Hill Adidas, why isn't there a Michael Cera Jordan? Right?
Because I feel like Michael Cera only wears like Allbirds. I could be wrong, but he seemed like he didn't like care about
No,
shoes.
of course, no. He probably doesn't know what Jordan is. But just
I'm gonna drop some crazy, ridiculous knowledge on you guys right now.
Go for it.
I'm waiting now.
Concepts did the Freedom Trail pack in like 2009, right? It was a 1500 and I want to say it's a 540 boot. I can't remember the model number of the boot, but they were all brown. And Michael Cera wore those on like the red carpet, like I think multiple times when they came out. I wonder how that even happened, right? Like, did they actually send them to him, or did he just like, oh, these are cool? Because he didn't wear the 1500, which would be like the sneakerhead choice, right? He wore the boot. It's so bizarre, but
I think it's on brand.
Nobody really needs to know that. Like, but I just am happy that I could get that out of my head right now. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much.
We're all smarter now because we do know. So
yeah, like that. Now I'm looking it up. Now I have to find pictures of this because I'm too curious for my own good.
Yep.
I would not call that useless. Let's put it that way.
All right, I'm gonna let you roll with this one, Robbie, because I think you had a strong opinion on.
Because one likes to get jiggy with it. Is that what you're saying? One jiggles.
What?
Jiggle with it. No, it's funny because my dad used to play that I think all of his albums pretty much on tape cassette.
Big Willie style was a moment, so don't you ever you better not say nothing wrong with that.
I mean, no, I would never listen to it now, but I never hated it. I was like, I was between 8 and 12. I was like, all right, whatever, it's cool. But Will Smith, man. So I know we got the Grape Jordan 5. Nowhere on it did it say Will Smith. Really nowhere on it were there any ties to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The only tie to Will Smith was him in like one 30-second long Instagram video showing it off. That's the only part. It was the most useless Air Jordan 5 ever. I understand you want to show off the memories of him wearing no laces in it. But why would you release a shoe with no laces? Why would you mule the Jordan 5? Why would you oh my God. It reminds me of like what they did with the Vapor Max a couple times. There's like, let's just make this a slip-on. Fuck it. It's like, well, no, let's not do that ever. Like, let's just not. And the fact that people had to go in with like 3 hole punches and like put holes in their grapes because it's been so long since 2006 was the last good grape retro. The 2013s were covered in so much polyurethane that it just stunk. Those were like the worst retros ever. So it's been close to 15 years without a good retro. And then you give us a laceless Jordan 5 with no real ties to Big Willie style. Man, it's shameful. It really, because that like Jordan.
What do we count the Bel-Air 5
Would you consider that the biggest atrocity of this millennium?
Yes, I would. Especially when you think about how he was the first guy. I mean, everybody loved Jordan and like then people wearing Jordans on court. He wasn't the first ever, but he was definitely one of the first people to put Jordans in the like context of fashion for all of America. Black, white, brown, boy, girl. Will Smith in that show was for everybody. So you got to see all the Jordan fits, all that stuff. And that the fact that he hasn't been paid tribute to correctly blows my mind.
Yep.
To your point as well, Robbie, he was probably the greatest global ambassador for Jordan Brand because a lot of these countries may not have had access to NBA games, but I guarantee you there's a fresh syndication run of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air right now in the most obscure parts of the world, and he's getting these fits off again and again and again.
Yep.
Makes me so mad.
All right. Next up. So I put this on there, but I want to preface it by saying this is like 80s Dave Mustaine, not anything in the past 20 years, because Dave Mustaine was a guitarist for Metallica originally, or maybe a band before that, but Metallica and then Megadeth. But he used to rock Crazy Heat all the time on stage, which I just thought was dope as a kid. That was just like, a little shithead. hated everybody and wanted to scream along with the music. So I kind of already just alluded to he wouldn't make the cut. But I do think it was cool that he wore that stuff.
I want to talk about him really quick.
Yeah, basically
off of it.
Yeah.
Nick's Metal Moment brought to you by Megadeth.
All right, next up, I don't remember who put this, so whoever wants to take it.
I'll take it. And really, this is just for a single moment in time. And that moment was Michael Jordan's last All-Star game. And if some of us remember who sang the national anthem and did the halftime performance, it's one Mariah Carey in the infamous blue dress. No, not that one, but the one that was embellished with the Washington Wizards jersey. And I think for her dedication to that man, she should at least get some sort of Jordan slide at the very least. So
Jordan
Mariah Carey.
Heel?
Yes, let's do that. A slide with a high heel. Go ahead, Mike.
No, go. I was saying that I see where you're going with that one. It makes some kind of sense over here. I mean, why not? Because didn't she do the Wizards dedication, then the Bulls one? So let's a mismatch pair. Go ahead, Mariah Carey. Make you a couple extra dollars, like you need it. You get paid every Christmas. Stop messing with us.
That's fair.
I wonder if anybody's ever actually figured out if those were actually made by Jordan or if she just bought knockoffs and rocked them. Because I
guarantee you that's knockoff worthy. Because we would have heard about it if they were Jordan. Because they would have loved to have been like, these are one of one.
Yeah, they like to brag.
But then how do they even let that slide? Presenting for Michael Jordan wearing fake, you know what I mean?
I mean,
so my argument is this: if we remember, I think most of the shots of her in that day were from like the waist up. So we did not see the the heels on the actual TV footage because I think they knew these were some shitty knockoffs.
All right.
And also fair. The fact she's a diva, she can get away with stuff because that's kind of her identity in the music world.
All right, what's next?
I think Robbie, you were, yeah.
I was looking through the list. I was trying to think of like the entire time we were talking. I'm like, what's an appropriate Mariah Carey like blurb? And just, I was so deep in my own thought thinking of something stupid. So LL Cool J. This is why I put Big L. A, because he is on Sirius XM radio at least once a day. And at least once a day, I had to be made horny because he plays a very sexy music, and it is all of like he is so sensual, and it's like, ladies did love Cool J or still do love Cool J. It is crazy. Anywho, he is so uncle-y. Like he gives off uncle vibes so hard now. I want to see like a Team Jordan, maybe something like a new Aero trainer or something like big uncle vibes where it's like he thinks it's the coolest shit ever, but they're really just some like this good normal Jordans you could get at Foot Locker. Like his brand now is just so digestible that like let's just give him some uncle. Let's just like uncle vibes, Uncle Big L.
So 2 points. I'm all about that. If you can give me a shark colorway, because we know LL Cool J's most sensual song was Deepest, Bluest, My Head is Like a Shark Fin. Deepest, Bluest, My Head is Like a Shark Fin. And I just wonder what like 1980s LL Cool J would make of modern day LL Cool J. I feel like there'd be a begrudging respect, but at the same time, I don't think NCIS LA is going to do wonders on the street cred for
no. Let me say this though, to clarify, doing it is literally on the radio once a day. Yeah. So I've heard doing it well with the moaning and the sexual sounds. And it's like thinking of that and then seeing current day, it's just so uncle-y now. It's like he was the biggest player. He was the crazy uncle back in the day. He comes back, he sits you down. He's like, come sit on my lap, little nephew. Tell you a story about all this stuff I smashed back in the day. Now he's just married, got a couple kids, nice jeans, sensible Toyota, just a very good, just like uncle.
My man drives a Prius for a reason. It's good for the environment and helps the marine ecosystem. And lastly, if we can get a whale watching version of the Doing It and Doing It Well song, but instead of the moaning, we get like whale sounds.
that'd be scarring. But
only thing I've gathered from this piece of conversation is that I'm canceling Robbie's Sirius XM radio. You get no more.
It gets aggressive, and he has a radio station. It's Rock the Bells, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's playing his own song, and as he should. He's playing his own song once a day, and it's always about 11 to 1 in the afternoon. I'm coming home from errands, and
Nooners.
Next thing I know, it's a strip club in the car. It's crazy.
I think maybe we should start a GoFundMe so Robbie can get Spotify.
Yeah, we gotta move here. We gotta move your subscription somewhere, bro.
I'll share my password with you, Robbie.
No, man, the car came with the free Sirius for a while. I like the Sirius too. I like the Sway.
I love Sway in the morning.
I like all the stuff. It's great. But yeah, Rock the Bells, very sexual at about 11 o'clock.
All right, next up, this one was you, Rowett.
Anywho.
Yeah, so I figured we are talking about one of the most prolific people to represent Chicago. Why not get a son of Chicago? So Common. And I think it's one of those things that he has kind of done so much narration for all basketball related activities. Why not give him his own commercial where he can narrate about his velvety smooth voice and his velvety smooth shoe? So Common was my pick there.
Top 5 rapper, come fight me about it. All day, Common deserves a shoe. B is one of the best rap albums ever. He deserves a sneaker just for putting that out.
Wow. I'm not going to disagree with Mike.
That was aggressive.
I will stand by that any day of the week.
No, even like Water for Chocolate. I think it's just as good as B. It just didn't have the Kanye West and the Just Blaze production behind it.
Fair.
So
very fair.
Answer me this. Did Common ever say, call me Big Daddy and scream my name?
No more
and then talk about his Candy Rain? I didn't think so.
No,
I didn't think so.
He did not. And I'm hoping he shows up in NCIS cybercrimes unit so that way he can try to match LL on that front. Sorry, Mario. That was my
Common makes love. Big L does it.
Oh, man. All right.
Rocky does it too.
Yeah.
Rocky
Next up, we got
kilts.
ASAP Rocky. All right.
So this was mine again, similar to kind of what we were saying about Aaliyah. Wow, I turned full Missouri there. Aaliyah. I think ASAP Rocky walked so Travis Scott could run in terms of the Jordan collaboration, because prior to Travis Scott, I never saw a young rapper so closely associated with fashion. So I thought ASAP Rocky might have been that pick. But yeah, he's kind of just doing his own thing. Occasionally he'll release music, but I think he's very content just kind of being kind of a modern day P. Diddy or Diddy in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I
you
can see that.
you would think that he would have actually or his people would have actually pushed for that to actually happen, right? Because he rocked a lot of Jordans early on. And then we got a Osiris D3 Under Armour knockoff out of it.
And then Jeremy Scott wings.
I mean, he rocked that. I think the wings were everybody in that, kind of, I don't know how you describe that, but
that's
high fashion rappers, right?
Yeah, it's a good.
They're aware of their aesthetic. It's a natural choice for him to wear Jeremy Scott at that time. But the Under Armour partnership still just is so bizarre to me. It was okay, what? And then did it even release? Who got that shoe?
I think there's 12 pairs. That was it.
They're right next to my big baller brand, Lonzo One. So
noise.
All right. So I think Mike, you were alluding to this next one, so I'll let you have it.
Yeah. So next on the list is Jay-Z, and I had originally put them together on the list when we were doing it. Because I just think the Watch the Throne era, I mean, yeah, we got the LeBron, but that was super limited. And then we got the release of the 16. But, I mean, he has a line, spilling ace in my sick J's. Him and Kanye were rocking freaking infrared sixes like they were going out of style. You couldn't find them because they owned all the stock of them. And even recently, he had his deal with Puma. He was pictured wearing Union 4s in his backyard or something. The man's been rocking hard. Look at all of the old pictures of him courtside at any game. Why are we playing games right now? Jordan Brand, you didn't offer the bag, so Puma stepped in.
No, I mean, I'll just say the anecdote that I took a photo of in Soul Provider, the Scoop Jackson book, where I guess when the Jordan 11 first came out, Jay-Z wanted a pair, and infamously he told the Jordan product manager that was on the call with him, a lot of things rhyme with Reebok. And I can't think of anything. Maybe bok choy, but even that's just the first syllable. But that's a bridge too far even for Jay-Z's rhyming. But he deserves that for sure because he is the Jay-Z of the rap game, and I'm not going to hear anything else. Much like Mike said, he's not going to hear anything else about Common being a top 5 MC.
It's fair.
Jay-Z is too big for Jordans, I think.
Fair.
I say that now. Yeah.
Would you consider him too big for other brands?
Well, because I mean, Puma, he can really. Nobody at Nike is going to give him any control of Jordan brand. Puma, he's like what technically the director of whatever.
He's director of basketball, I think.
Something, whatever. Like if Jay-Z is going to do something, Jay-Z is going to do something. He needs to have. He's going to want room to make the moves he wants to make. So Jordan brand's going to be like, hey, so we have these designs for you. Which one are you going to coast? Like, no. And still, I kick myself in the butt for not even trying to buy these. The 444 Pumas are still one of the cleanest collabs.
Yeah.
Because they're so simple, but they're so J. It's just like elegant, clean, timeless. Like he's like a Rolex. Jay-Z's like a Rolex. It never goes out of style. Always flawless, always on point, always on time. That was a great shoe I wish I bought. But he's too big for Nike.
Yeah, he's definitely the anti-Ja Rule in that sense because he's not always there on time. But Jay is.
I thought he was going to start singing for a second. I'm like, let's go. Come on, Robbie. You can do it.
Always on time.
Leave you, mama. By the way, on StockX, the aforementioned 444 are a cool $44,444.
Bro, I thought you were going to say $44. I was going to buy them immediately.
Oh, no. No, sir. If they were $44, I would send you the receipt of me buying them at that price.
Dang. Well, on to different things then, I guess.
Yep.
All right. I think the next one's mine as well. This is going to be kind of up there with Nick and his Dave Mustaine. I got Slash, the guitarist for Guns N' Roses. If anybody looks at pictures back in the day, he was a heavy fan of the Jordan 1, especially the World colorway. He beat those things to the ground and won with his famous, long hair and top hat. I mean, closest thing I think we've seen to maybe a, Guns N' Roses type sneaker, something they would have worn, be the Defiant, where they had like the missing swoosh and the thread it's hanging off. That's something that quite, that rocker kind of like, Defiant thing that they did. So I think they had a missed opportunity, I guess, years ago, but there was no such thing as a collab back then, probably. So.
I mean, going back to the Dave Mustaine thing, I would just go with Slash if you're going with the rock star, right? Like, you don't have to question his anything. He's stuck to his rock star guns all of his life.
All the time.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you want to do these last? Oh, go ahead.
And if there's ever a Nick Engvall Jeopardy, the very first cassette tape I ever bought that was explicit lyrics was Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
So I feel like Greg has timestamped this in the podcast, and that will be a question for our end of year trivia explosion.
I got to remember this myself. I'm like, all right, remember what Nick
Nick became delinquent, Guns N' Roses.
Use your illusion 1 and 2.
Good. Oh. All right,
Mike, you're up again.
Yeah, so as we're coming to the finish line, the next one up is, I mean, when I say the name, everyone's going to be like, yeah, that makes sense. But Wale, I mean, he's been riding and dying for sneakers for as long as we all have known. So it makes sense for him to have a Jordan. I mean, he already had an ASIC from understanding. He has 2 ASICs, Gel Light 3s, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about dang time he gets one. I mean, if we giving shoes to everybody else, if Billie Eilish has a Jordan, y'all basically just spit in the face of Wale. Let's just be fair.
It's Billie Eyelashes. You're saying it wrong every time.
It could be Billy Madison. I don't care. I don't listen to her music.
Talk. No more talking. No, I think my only ask is it be paired with a nice foam, or we get the first Jordan foam, because I think that is also Wale's essence and his influence in the sneaker game.
That could be cool.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Just the respect. Give the man his respect. That's all I ask.
His flowers.
All right, what's next?
Next.
little red Corvette.
Well, we got Pharrell next, who is getting Adidas money right now. But again, looking back at one of the streetwear / fashion godfathers of hip hop, he wore a lot of Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, and I think Jordan 5s. He was a lot of pictures you see, mainly black cement, white cement 3s. I mean, I know NERD had to dunk, but I feel like you could have done a lot with Pharrell in a Jordan 3 or Jordan 4 at that time, especially when he's like everyone to dress like him. I mean, Bape, anything like they wanted it.
So Pharrell's a part of No One Ever Really Dies, and I believe that he will eventually get that Jordan deal. It just might be 30 years down the line because he's very much entrenched in Adidas right now and the human race stuff. So, no, I would love to see him because I think he would do wonders, especially for the 3 silhouette in my mind, but that's just me.
Kind of like Jay-Z with Puma. I feel like he has so much room. Like, who says no? And it's based off the releases. Who says no to what Pharrell wants to do release-wise at Adidas? I'm sure somebody literally does. And there's somebody on the Adidas side that collaborates with him. But for the most part, he's been able to pull inspiration and colors and fabrics and his ideas from across any spectrum he wants. And again, Jordan, Nike can be pretty suffocating in those senses. So it'd be sick. But I think for young Pharrell, yes.
Yeah.
With, him and Chad Pharrell, yeah. But I think Pharrell now, like, he's such a big brand that, like, he doesn't need Nike. Like, Adidas works for him because, like, Adidas is hip and it's, like, fun and it's, like, fluid, you know?
Yeah, probably a lot more freedom for him. Being creative there too.
Yeah.
This is a little red Corvette.
This is a little red Corvette.
Imagine a Jordan 14, but purple, but little red Corvette. So you do one in red. I know it's a Ferrari and a Corvette, two different, but they're close enough.
Close enough.
You do one purple, you do one red. You make a mismatch, or you do a 2-pack or a 2-pac. I'm surprised Pac didn't make the list here.
Oh crap! I didn't think about that either.
But Prince. That would be sick to do, like a purple and then a red, like a red race car colorway, and then like a purple, your stereotypical Purple Rain.
Well, as soon as the Charlie Murphy story came out on the Chappelle show with him playing basketball, and there's proof that he actually played basketball, and this story is real, like co-signed by brother Eddie Murphy. How did nobody jump on this, especially Jordan Brand, to come out with like the Purple Rain, like Jordan 1 or Purple Rain Jordan 8? We already got the Aqua 8, just make the whole thing like purple suede. Like, how did we not do this already?
I mean, another one would be the Batman one, right? Because he did the soundtrack for was it the first Batman or the second Batman?
Yep, 1989 Batman did the whole soundtrack to it because he did not get to play the Joker. So that was his consolation prize.
Yep, so there you go.
Useless knowledge.
Listen, Guns N' Roses, Batman soundtrack. Who says we're not dignified? Who says we're not classy?
All right. Last up on our list so far, King of Pop, Michael Jackson.
I mean, the Jam video. He literally was in a music video with Michael Jordan. We have nothing else to say here. He has a plethora of colors, from a Thriller, a Beat It, a Smooth Criminal. I can give you a collection. His complexion. It can change in the sunlight from black to white, but we can do whatever we want.
And on top of that, the internet's been fooled because people photoshopped Michael Jackson wearing royal ones and black and red ones, and people think that he actually wore them back in '85, but he didn't. So we could just, it's almost like, the theory that the Dub Zero came from a fake site and then became made because it was so popular on the fake site. I don't know that that's true or not. I would never say that
urban
that's
legend.
True. Or
I hope that's true though. That'd be awesome.
But I mean, you could totally do that with Michael Jackson.
Oh my God.
It's easy, much like Michael Jackson loves the kids and he wants that to be known by the world. So thank you for that, T.
God, dog.
All right.
So, R. Kelly one.
Would it be P Yellow?
Nope. All right, that's all the time we have today at Secret History.
We're out now. We're done.
All right, so I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna give you guys like 30 seconds to choose the 3 off this list that you think should happen today.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
All right, I can do this.
I got my 3.
Yeah, I have mine too.
All right.
Yeah.
Start it up.
Go for it, Rowett.
Okay, I will go with the aforementioned Jerry Seinfeld, and I really like the suggestion in the comments that instead of a what the, we call it what's the deal with for his shoe. So kudos to, I think, was that you, T-Easy, or was that you, Mario, that came up with that line, because I thought that was a brilliant execution of that. I think another person that probably gets his own shoe just because of the fact that he is kind of on the up and coming tip, and then also the fact that he shares the name with the brand itself. So Michael B. Jordan, come on down, you get your own shoe as well. And then lastly, because I like the pick and I was jealous I never made it, Tony Hawk, chairman of the board. Let's give you also your own 3. Robbie, how about you?
Michael Cera. Sticking to my guns with that one.
You really are.
LL Cool J. Also sticking to my guns with that one. And Rihanna.
All right.
Rihanna she would rule the world if she
I'm not saying she wouldn't.
territories.
I just think it's I don't know.
Oh, nah, what's my name, you know?
All right, what do you got, Mike?
All right, I will go with, man, this is tough. I'll go Will Smith. I have to go Tony Hawk as well. And then last, I am going to go Wale, because he just, at this point, just deserves it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw a little curveball in on mine, because I think Mario said Martin Lawrence, and we totally missed.
Oh, you got a LeBron.
In your list, Mario.
Yeah. But I think he said Martin Lawrence, and then I believe he said Bill Murray, which is another good one.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, I think Martin Lawrence, Tony Hawk. I'm gonna go with Slash because you guys said Seinfeld.
Oh,
Dude, we forgot Robin Williams. I saw somebody put him in the comments, and I completely forgot about him.
Yep. That was cool though. I'd love to see some of these people get some Jordan collabs.
What was your 3?
Martin Lawrence, Tony Hawk, and Slash.
Okay.
I feel like an asshole not saying Jerry Seinfeld though. I feel like
what's the deal with that, Engvall?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he has to be at the top of the list of these people because he's even got years on Wale, right? Wale is the Seinfeld fan. That whole Complex cover was so dope to see revisited. But all right. Well, I guess leave a comment and let us know what you guys think. Who should get a Jordan collab? Who's deserving of it? Give us your top 3 in the comments. Make sure you give everybody a follow. Follow us on Twitch if you're watching now. Guys, let them know how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at MadWatcher789. Sneaker History all day, every day, and of course YouTube at Mike Guillory. How about you guys?
You can find me at Michael Cera's fan club.
The one member.
You can find me on Instagram at RoadM13, on Twitter at Roheezy, and after this, we probably have some Seinfeld queued up, so I will cry my tears into watching an episode.
Right on, and I'm at Nick Engvall on all platforms. Thank you for watching, tuning in, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. If you want more, if you want to connect with us, join the Patreon/Discord, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
See ya.
Hey everyone, this is Nick again. Before you take off, do us a solid and head over to Apple Podcasts to leave us a review. Give us a rating on Spotify and Amazon Music, and make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we have even more video content coming soon. Speaking of new content, we have an amazing community of sneaker enthusiasts that hang out in our Sneaker History Discord on a daily basis. While sneakers is a connection point that brought us all together, we've all discovered countless shared passions that we have in common with each other. We recently launched a couple of new podcasts directly from our community. One of them is a Formula One podcast. If you're an F1 fan like me, the Exhaust Notes podcast is your weekly fix of Formula One fun. It's hosted by myself, Rohit Malhotra, and Todd Yates. New episodes drop every Tuesday. I've been wearing fitted hats for years and collecting my favorite teams since I was a little leaguer. It has been awesome to see so many new fans getting into fitteds in recent years. Crown and Stitch is our new talk show about fitted hats with Dexter, Keith, and myself, where we talk about fitted hats, snapbacks, throw in some obscure hats because we all kind of like some funky stuff once in a while, don't we? Copping, collecting, and so much more. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Hit the links in the show notes for this episode to give our new shows a listen, and be on the lookout for more new podcasts dropping soon. Last but not least, tell someone you like their kicks today. You never know how far a simple compliment can take you, and we all know how good it feels to have someone show their appreciation. Thank you all for the support, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.